Hi everyone, welcome back to Cooking with Kelly. I hope you all had a great Memorial Day weekend. Nick and I just kind of hung out. We bought a new grill. We're gonna fire that up tomorrow night. But today I'm gonna make one of our popular appetizers that I do for our Gallery 7 artist receptions called Oven Crisp Eggplant. Once again, I got that from Bon Appetit magazine, and I'm gonna pair that with a roasted red pepper pesto that a friend of ours gave us. So first we're gonna start with the eggplant. So you wanna get like a pound or so eggplant. Now, the recipe, I found I needed to double the ingredients to get through all of the eggplant. So I'm gonna show you what I did to double it. So this is 2 eggs with 2 tablespoons of water whisked up. This is 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of salt, and a half a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 cup of Italian Progresso breadcrumbs, and 6 tablespoons of butter. So I am going to mix all of this together. This will be batter that we're going, once we cut up the eggplant, we are going to mix it into all of this. Okay. And we're gonna melt the butter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be right back, and I'm going to come back and show you how I cut up the eggplant into little sticks. We're back, and now I'm going to mix up the bread mixture with the salt, oregano, and paprika. Just want to give that a nice little stir with the whisk, okay? And so we are going to eventually, when we get our eggplant sticks, we're going to put them in the egg wash, and then we're going to put them in this. But first, what we're going to do is I melted the 6 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to take 2 tablespoons, and we're going to put it onto one of our baking sheets. Now normally I need to have 2 baking sheets because it does make a lot. So I just take 2 tablespoons of butter, like that. And then I just take a brush, pastry brush, and I just butter the whole sheet like that. Later on, we're gonna take this pastry brush and we're going to take the rest of the melted butter and dabble the top of each eggplant stick. So we can set this aside once it's all buttered up, okay? That's that. All right. And now we're gonna go into cutting the eggplant. So what you wanna do is, I'm gonna cut off the end first. Okay, so you peel it obviously. And then what you wanna do is you wanna cut rounds, and you wanna try to make them the same thickness. If you can, you have to do it by eye. I'm not really great at that, so, you know, maybe a 1/2 inch, I don't know. So you just go like that. And then we'll do all of them. I'll show you quickly once you get that done. So then what I do is, because you want these to be 6, I come in and I cut off one little bit at the end and another bit at the end like that. And then I just make these like sticks. So they are gonna be different sizes. And once again, you wanna try to get them as uniform as you can because you want them to bake evenly, but it is a little tough because they're small rounds and the rounds get bigger as you go. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these up and we'll be right back. We're back. We've got all of our eggplant sticks cut. This makes about 36, maybe a little bit more if you want to use a bigger eggplant. And I forgot to mention, please do preheat your oven to 400 degrees before you start the process. So then all you do is you take the eggplant stick and you put it into the egg, and then you batter it up. So I like to use one hand for the wet, another one for the dry. Kind of keeps it less messy. And then you just put them on the bread sheet. Here we have all of our lovely eggplant sticks. They have to stand at room temperature for 30 minutes. So we're going to leave them here, and we are going to go make our roasted red pepper pesto for the accompaniment. And we'll be right back. And we're back, and we're going to make this roasted red pepper pesto to go along with the eggplant sticks. Years ago, one of Nick's friends was leaving Boston, moving to DC to start a new life, and she gave us this beautiful bowl. And inside was this recipe for the roasted red pepper pesto. So we're gonna make it. It's really easy. You literally put everything into the Cuisinart. So basically, I buy these pastini roasted red peppers. This size is 12-ounce jar. And I strain them out, okay? And then we're just gonna pour everything in here. So we're gonna start with the roasted red peppers. Now, this recipe calls for the roasted red peppers, a half a cup of fresh chopped parsley, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 2 medium cloves of garlic chopped up, 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now it also calls for 3/4 cup of pitted Kalamata olives. I love the Greek Kalamata olives, and I get them at Roche Brothers at their open olive bar. But because of COVID, there is no open olive bar, so we're skipping that today. I didn't want to buy them packaged and have to wash them, so we're skipping the olives. And it calls for a cup plus 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, because I'm skipping the olives, I'm going to cut back on the olive oil because we're missing that one ingredient that maybe would take up some mass. So we're going to do 2/3 cup of olive oil, and we're going to mix everything together in the Cuisinart. Simple, simple, simple. And now gotta plug it in. Forgot to plug it in, hold on. Okay. Once again, I pulse. Actually, I'll let it go a little bit. And you just wanna get to the consistency that you want to. So normally this is something that goes on pasta. And let's mix it a little bit. Also, when you have the olives, you obviously want to make sure that those are chopped up nicely. We don't have that this time. So this is a nice consistency for the pesto, okay? And I make this a day ahead of time. And so what's going to happen is you put it in the fridge overnight, and when you open it up, there's going to be, it's going to be solid, but when it comes to room temperature, the oil is going to come to the top. So if you put this out as an hors d'oeuvre, you might have to stir it every so often because the oil is going to get on the top of everything. And so I'm going to come back and we're going to pop the eggplant crisps in the oven. I'm going to show you how we do that. And then at the end, we're going to plate it all, and I'll see you in a few minutes. We're back, and our eggplant crisps have stood at room temperature for 30 minutes. And we are going to dab them with some of the melted butter. All you want to do is take a pastry brush and just dab the tops like that. Okay. This is a really great appetizer. People love these. So I'm going to finish those, and I'm going to put them in the oven, like I said, 400 degrees, and about 20 minutes is good, or until they look golden crispy. Take them out, cool them. They are best served at room temperature, but I do make them a day ahead of time for the Gallery 7 receptions. So I put them in the fridge overnight, and then I bring them up to room temperature before I serve them. So I will be back to show you how I plate them. And here we have it, oven eggplant crisp with roasted red pepper pesto. This is a really nice appetizer people are gonna love. I usually put a spoon in so that people don't double dip, and like you can see, the oil did rise a little bit, so you wanna give that a stir every so often. So, if you try the appetizer once again, please take a pic and tag me. I'd love to see it. We are hoping to open up in a couple of weeks as soon as our suppliers are back on the road. And we would appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you guys next week.